right now, somewhere, there's a guy, a little guy, and he is aware of the fact that you are watching me. And this is because every keystroke, every move you make when you're online is packaged and sold from internet service providers to advertising agencies to the government to hackers. You hear these Chinese hackers, the Dream Police, Chuck E. Cheese. You never know who is looking at your personal private browsing habit data. That stuff's all packaged up and sold. And it's really an unfortunate and frustrating fact. Now, a perfect example of this, it's 2 weeks before my wife's birthday, so I want to get her a gift. I know she likes this perfume. I go Googling, looking around for Coco Chanel. I see AliExpress is like the shady Chinese version of eBay. They got a big old bottle of this. It's like a liter for like $13.75. The bottle doesn't look quite right. The coloring is a little off, and I'm ready to click on it, and I'm like, no, you know what? I bet that stuff smells like Pepe Le Pew. I bet it smells like Irish Spring. It doesn't smell like cocoa. It's probably knockoff. So I do the right thing. I get it from Amazon. I run over to the factory card outlet. I get the card. I get the flowers. I get the wrapping paper. I get a chocolate bar. I'm all set. I just get some dessert. I'm going to take her out for dinner. She's going to open the perfume. I'm going to get a kiss. I'm going to be the hero, make her birthday special. And then we're sitting on the couch together like we do every night. She's on her laptop. I got a giant monitor just at arm's reach. And I log into my Facebook and up, there it is. All these ads for Coco Chanel are coming up. And that is why I use a VPN. What is a VPN, you ask? Well, that's good that you don't know what it is because it means you spend more time in the real world. Now, I know what a VPN is. I've been using one since 2016. But I don't like to pay. I like free. NordVPN is the one that I hear a lot about. It's the fastest. It's like it runs at like 73 and you pay for it. And it totally covers, it just blocks everybody. Nobody knows who you are or what you're doing when you're on the internet through a VPN. So it means virtual private network. Normally when I log in, I have something called a IP address. And it's like your digital driver's license. It's like your address of your home. And this number is how they connect you to your browsing activities. It's who you are. It's your IP address. It's in your modem. So if you go and you watch something you're not supposed to watch, like maybe it's Netflix in another country because they have it blocked, you can get a nasty letter from your internet service provider, and they'll threaten to ban you. You'll have to find new internet. If you download things there's all this gray area stuff. I see stories on the news and I hear about something like ricin or something crazy, and I'm just curious. I just want to know. That stuff makes me safer learning about this stuff, but I don't want to go on an FBI watch list just because I'm curious to learn about something I would never, ever, ever, ever put into practice in the real world. But that's my curiosity, is learning all this stuff that maybe a normal person, a sane person, would never have any need to know. But I'm just curious about that stuff. So these are the reasons, besides pornography or illegal downloading, why you would really want to have a VPN. Now, every year in January, I'll work on a project where I write music. I make an imaginary album. I'll record like 12 songs here in my living room with some equipment. I've got some guitars and do the drums on the computer. And then I'll put together video. And I'll have to look for like public domain video, and I'll have to download a full hour and a half movie to just use a couple clips from it. So I go through a lot of bandwidth. And that's the thing. You pay for bandwidth when you're on a VPN. Just like you pay for bandwidth on your internet service provider. You're paying every month for how much data you use. Now, I don't like to pay, so I have found a free solution. I get 15, actually I get 16 now because I've made, this is my fourth video promoting this company for free. Only one person signed up. And by signing up, you don't install anything. You don't have to do the VPN. All you have to do, click on the link in the description, which is a company called Windscribe in Canada. Okay? You're not signing over your data or installing anything. They're not getting anything from you. You just give them your name and a valid email address through the link I give you. And then you're registered with that company and you can choose to install the VPN, you can buy the VPN, you can pay a monthly fee. It's like $5 a month. Or you can get a lifetime subscription and it's way cheaper than now. You don't have to do any of that for me to get my bonus, which is 1 GB per month for free, which I'm asking you to do that for me today. If you watch this channel, you know I never ask for anything. What I've been asking for, I've asked, I think 3 or 4 times now. If you're cool with me and you have an email address, like I made a video showing how you can set up, you go to this place and set up a temporary email address that'll work, that takes 2 seconds, and nobody would do it. Nobody did it for me. Everybody that watches my channel, none of them cared enough for me to take a minute to help me out, to get me a gig, which I need. I need more bandwidth. And I'm not working. I can't be like, hey, honey, we're going to start paying $5 a month to this service that I kind of can get by if I am really judicial about my use of the service. So we're going to hop over. If you need more convincing, if you'd like to learn more about Windscribe, I don't blame you. We're going to look. It's been around since 2015. It came out early 2016. That's when I started using it. I've had it for 7 years. So is it trustworthy? Yes, it's safe. It uses the highest industry standard 256-bit encryption. Why is it free? Well, it's free, but they also have a paid version. By default, you have a free account with 2 GB of VPN bandwidth every month. When I signed up, it was 15 GB. So you might want to do that because it's only going to go down. It's only going to get smaller. Is it really free? You can get it on your phone, your browser, or your desktop. There is 120. There's way more than this now. I think it's 29 countries. Which VPN is stronger? Probably Nord Express. Is Nord better? Well, it's faster. I think Nord runs at 76. Nord runs at 73. Windscribe runs at 66. They do not sell your data. They don't keep any logs, so no one knows anything. Is it legal? It is safe. However, Ukrainian authorities grabbed 2 of their servers, and that nothing was revealed. It does hide your IP address. No one can track your activity. Why is it blocked? Huh. On Android or iOS, network may block Windscribe. Now, I have never had an issue with it being slow. It runs like, okay, if I illegally download on the Pirate Bay, I used to run it between 700 and 900, but closer to 700, and I usually run around 690 or 650 if I use the free VPN. Very best Nord is IPVanish. It has 24/7 live chat. So why do people use Windscribe? Oh, why do people use Windscribe? Well, I went through why I use it. They don't sell your data. It does hide your IP. It does hide your search history. Take your browsing history to your grave. Protect your browsing history from your network administrator, your internet service provider, or your mom. We don't keep any logs. It is not blocked in China. It does change your location. That's what it's got a location warp, GPS spoofing. Every time I log in, I can pick what country I'm in. VPNs in an incognito mode are the most popular online privacy tools. Windscribe is private. Strongest encryption in the world. It's from Canada. What do people use Windscribe for? It hides your IP address, so no one can track your online activity. Is it legal? Will you go on a FBI watch list like someone, the last time I made a video recommending this, some ignorant person commented, you're going to go on an FBI watch list. Well, they can put me on their list if they want, but they're not going to see what I'm looking at because I'm using a VPN. They're legal, including US, Japan, and the United Kingdom. Some countries you can get in trouble for using it. So if you're going to travel and use this on your laptop, if you're going to go to North Korea or Turkmenistan, be careful because they don't like you using Windscribe. Why do they not like you using it? Because they don't know what you're doing when you're on the internet when you're using it. And if that sounds good to you, can you work with Netflix? Yes, you can. You can get Netflix from other countries. I don't think you can get free Netflix in the United States with it. How much does it cost per month? The average of a good service is $4.11 a month. And it can rise to $12 a month. I believe it's $5 a month for Windscribe. Now I get 16 gigs. And it's resetting. That will reset on August 6th. So here is this referral to refer a friend. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to take that referral link. I'm going to put it in the description. If you could do me a solid, click on that link and register at the company. Give them a working email and a name. You don't have to install the VPN. It's not going to try to install anything. That's what my friend, who I asked to do this, I said, look, can you do me a favor and sign up for this? You don't have to do anything. This shit's trying to install shit on my computer. No, it doesn't. It offers you to click on a link to go to another page to download the software. It doesn't try to do anything. Okay? Then he said, I did it. He said, I'm never going to use this. It was so like he was acting like I was being a dick for asking him to help me out. Because I needed the bandwidth. I was out and I was working on a project where I needed to cover my ass and download more content. It was last year's album when I was recording Hokum. So I ran out of data and I had to finish the album with just the resources I had. Wasn't able to really make it into what I wanted it to be because no one was willing to take a second out of their day. Like I made a video showing how to make a disposable email address and do this. So, but nobody would do it. Now you can only do it once. You can't use this fake email address and just keep doing it and rack up a free gig, to ad infinitum. You can only do it once. So my wife did it, and I get 16 instead of 15. And boy, I'll tell you what, I've made a lot of YouTube videos. I've provided for a lot of entertainment. And if you have enjoyed more than 3 of my videos, I've never asked for Venmo or anything special. If you could do this for me, it would be a nice thing to do because I get 1 gigabyte per month from here to the end of time. So I get 16 now, I would be getting 17. Boy, that extra gig would really help out. 1 gig is like a whole CD worth of music to download to help me, making music. I download these loop CDs that have drum beats on them that I use in my music. So it's really nice to get that stuff. It's less work for me than I have to custom program my own drums. So it'd be a really nice gesture for you. If you're going to do it, you can let me know in the comments you did, and then I'll hop right over to my account and look. And if it says 16 gigs, I'm going to be like, do I thank this person for lying to me that they did something for me that they didn't actually do? Because that's already happened to me with someone who I thought was my friend. And then when I asked them to help me, they got really upset with me. They lied about it. And then they like flipped out and called me a bunch of names. Then this was going back and forth on social media. They blocked me, which is the only way to get the conversation to disappear. All the cursing at me that he did. He read me the riot act and called me every name in the book. And there was a record of our conversation. I had been totally cool all along. I was like, can you please help me out and do me this favor? I've never asked anything of you besides your advice. Now I'm asking you to legitimately take a minute and help me. You don't have to install anything. You don't have to use the VPN. Just give them a working email address and a name, and then I'll get the gig of free data per month from here to the end of time. And that's what I'm asking you to do today. If you're going to come back and comment like, you're probably going to go on an FBI watch list for that, you're just going to get I'll ban you. If you're going to trash talk Windscribe in the comments here, I'm just going to ban you from this channel. Because that's an unbelievably asinine thing to think after everything that I've demonstrated here. This is a perfectly legitimate, excellent free service that's highly, highly rated. So to come at me and say it's not, that it's malware, because it's not. Maybe there's some antivirus software that'll come up and say that's malware, but it's not. It's not malware. That's the problem of the antivirus software. It's called a false positive. And it happens all the time. Because this has been discussed, it's been tested, it's a well-known fact in the internet technical community that Windscribe is an excellent solution when it comes to a VPN. While it may not be the best, it's the best free VPN that exists. And when I made the last video, if you signed up, you got 15 gigs a month for free. Now you get 2. So it is true what they say, you snooze, you lose. I don't know what to tell you other than I'd really appreciate it if you could take a minute, click on the link in the description, supply a name and a working email address, or a temporary if you want to look that up. I made a video on how to do that. But if you go through the link in the description, you'll be doing me a solid favor, and do yourself a favor and get Windscribe. Try it out. Try it out when you normally do private window. Go through this, and then you'll really be private. No one will know what you're doing, which is a nice feeling, especially when it's coming up on my wife's birthday, and I don't want to look for what I'm going to buy her and then see advertisements for that on my email client. When I go to my email, it's popping up everywhere. It's popping up. Whatever it is, if it's perfume that year, whatever it is I may got her, if I looked for it online on a search, it's just popping up everywhere, and she's sitting next to me, and I'm like, oh my God, she's going to know what I'm getting her, you know? And it's funny because somehow the wires got crossed, and they think I need a new roof. I've been getting marketed guys with hammers and nails up on shingles like we rent. There's another unit above us. So Maybe that's because I'm using Windscribe. Maybe the FBI put me on a watch list and they're playing a joke on me, right? Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for helping me out. If you're gonna take a second to do that, if you're a regular here and you don't, go somewhere else. No, I'm kidding. I love you guys. Please comment. That makes me feel good when you comment. But the most important thing, like I always say, is that you hug your pets. Take that little buddy of yours, give him a hug. Maybe give him a treat. They don't like hugs so much, they like treats, right? Thank you, and peace.